Before this morning slips away, I want to ask you something. Have you ever noticed that the harder you chase something, the farther away it seems to feel? More success, more peace, more love, more abundance. It's almost as if life keeps moving one step ahead, no matter how fast you run. But what if that feeling has never been the whole story? What if the future you've been longing for isn't waiting for you at the end of a long road, but is quietly being shaped by the way you meet this very moment? Imagine waking each morning with a quiet certainty instead of uncertainty. Imagine beginning the day without the weight of what if nothing changes. Imagine carrying yourself as someone who already believes that today's choices matter, that opportunities can appear unexpectedly, and that your inner world influences how you notice and respond to the world around you. For the next few minutes, allow yourself to slow down. There is nowhere else you need to be, nothing you have to prove. Just listen, because this morning is not about forcing life to happen. It is about becoming the kind of person who is ready to recognize possibilities that may have been there all along. Every sunrise offers something that cannot be saved for tomorrow, not because the sun is different, but because you are. Even if yesterday was filled with disappointment, even if last night ended with unanswered questions, this morning arrives without asking you to carry every burden forward. Yet most of us do exactly that. We wake up, and before our feet touch the floor, the same thoughts return, the same worries, the same stories, the same doubts. Without realizing it, yesterday quietly becomes today before the day has even begun. And then we wonder why life feels so familiar. Picture a traveler carrying a heavy backpack across a beautiful valley. The valley is filled with fresh air, birdsong, golden light stretching across the hills, but the traveler notices none of it. Not because beauty isn't there, but because every step is consumed by the weight already on their shoulders. Sometimes our minds do the same thing. When we carry every fear, every regret, and every imagined failure into a new day, we leave little room to notice new opportunities, fresh ideas, or moments of unexpected connection. Now imagine placing that backpack on the ground, just for a moment. Feel your shoulders become lighter. Take one slow breath, then another. Notice how different the world feels when you aren't gripping yesterday quite so tightly. Nothing outside has changed yet, but something inside has. And often, that is where meaningful change begins, not with a dramatic event, not with a miracle, but with a single quiet decision. The decision to stop meeting today with yesterday's expectations. Look around your own life. Think about the people who seem calm during uncertainty. The ones who move with quiet confidence, instead of constant panic. They are not free from challenges, they still face setbacks. They still experience disappointment. The difference is that they refuse to let every difficult moment become the story of who they are. Instead, they treat each morning as a new beginning, a new opportunity to choose their response. A new opportunity to notice possibilities they may have missed before. Imagine if tomorrow's opportunities were already beginning to unfold today. Not because destiny is guaranteeing an outcome, but because your attention, decisions, and openness make you more likely to recognize and act on them. What might you notice? A conversation you would normally ignore. An idea you would usually dismiss. A door you would have walked past. Sometimes life doesn't change because the world suddenly becomes different. Sometimes life changes because we finally become present enough to see what has been there all along. So before this day moves any further, ask yourself one quiet question. If I believed that today held possibilities I couldn't yet see, how would I walk into it? Don't rush to answer. Simply let the question stay with you, because the answer may begin revealing itself in the smallest choices you make from this moment forward. There comes a quiet moment in every life, a moment that rarely makes headlines. No applause, no celebration, no dramatic announcement. It happens in silence, It is the moment a person stops asking, "Why isn't life changing?" and begins asking, "How am I choosing to meet life today?" At first, the difference seems almost invisible. Just a few words, just a different question. Yet questions shape attention. And attention shapes what we notice, what we practice, and often the opportunities we recognize. Imagine standing beside a still lake just before sunrise. The surface is calm. The world above it appears perfectly reflected. Now imagine tossing a single stone into the water. Tiny circles spread outward. 1 becomes 2, 2 become 10. Soon the entire surface has changed. Many of our daily choices work the same way. A single encouraging thought will not instantly transform your life, but one thoughtful decision can influence the next. A calm response can shape an entire conversation. A moment of courage can open a door that fear would have left closed. This is how change often grows, not all at once, but one small choice at a time. Perhaps you've spent years believing you needed to become someone else before you deserved a different future. More confident, more successful, more fearless. But what if growth begins the other way around? What if confidence is built by taking one brave step before you feel completely ready? What if peace grows because you practice returning to it, even on difficult mornings? The version of you that you admire is not created in a single extraordinary day. It is created in ordinary moments repeated with intention. Notice how the morning light slowly fills a room. It does not rush. It does not force the darkness away. It simply arrives. Little by little, everything becomes visible. Your own growth can feel the same. There may be mornings when doubt returns, days when progress feels slow, moments when you wonder whether anything is changing at all. When that happens, remember this. A seed beneath the soil does not look impressive, yet unseen work is still taking place. Roots are forming. Strength is developing. Preparation has happened long before anyone sees the first green leaf. Your efforts are often like that. Every time you choose patience over panic, curiosity over certainty, kindness over harsh self-criticism, you are strengthening something within yourself. No one else may notice, but you will. And over time, the way you think influences the way you act. The way you act influences the habits you build. The habits you build influence the direction your life begins to take. So don't measure this morning only by what you can see. Measure it by the person you are becoming through today's choices. Take one slow breath, let your shoulders soften, allow your mind to grow quieter, then gently ask yourself, if I approach today with a little more trust in my ability to learn, adapt, and act with purpose, what would I do differently? Don't search for a perfect answer. Simply let the question guide you. Because sometimes the smallest shift in perspective becomes the first step toward a very different journey. There is a quiet truth that many people discover only after years of searching. The quality of your days is not determined only by what happens around you. It is also shaped by the meaning you give to what happens. Two people can walk the same road. They can experience the same morning, hear the same sounds, feel the same breeze, yet leave with completely different memories. One notices only the obstacles. The other notices possibilities hidden within them. The road did not change. Their attention did. And attention is one of the greatest gifts you possess. Where your attention rests, your energy often follows. Where your energy flows, your habits begin to grow. And your habits quietly become the architecture of your future. So ask yourself, what have you been feeding every morning? Fear or curiosity, scarcity or gratitude, self-doubt or quiet confidence? Your mind is always listening to the story you repeat. If every sunrise begins with the belief that nothing good ever happens for you, your brain naturally searches for evidence that confirms it. Not because life is punishing you, but because the human mind is remarkably skilled at finding what it expects to find. Now imagine beginning your morning differently. Instead of asking, What will go wrong today, you ask? What meaningful opportunity might I notice today? The world may not instantly change, but your awareness does. And awareness often changes your next decision. Perhaps you smile at someone you would normally ignore. Perhaps you send the message you've been postponing. Perhaps you apply for the opportunity you assumed was beyond your reach. Small actions, quiet moments. Yet they have a way of accumulating over time. Think about a sculptor standing before a block of marble. The masterpiece is not revealed by one dramatic strike. It appears through hundreds of thoughtful, patient movements. Each one seems almost insignificant, until one day, everyone sees the finished work. Your character is shaped much the same way, not by one extraordinary morning, but by countless ordinary mornings lived with intention. So today, choose your thoughts with care. Choose your words with kindness. Choose your actions with purpose. Not because perfection is required, but because consistency is powerful. Now close your eyes for a moment, if you can. Take a slow, steady breath. Imagine yourself 1 year from today, not a perfect version of yourself, a wiser one, a calmer one. Someone who has learned to respond instead of react. Someone who carries hope without denying reality. Someone who has discovered quiet strength through daily practice. Notice how this future version of you stands, how they breathe, how they speak, how they move through challenges without losing themselves. Now ask that future self one simple question. What should I remember today? Don't force an answer. Allow whatever comes naturally. Perhaps it is patience, perhaps it is courage, perhaps it is compassion, or perhaps it is simply this: keep going, not because every day will be easy, but because every meaningful journey is built one step at a time. As this morning continues, carry that image with you, not as a fantasy to escape into, but as a reminder of the person you are steadily becoming through your choices. And with each breath, each decision, each quiet act of intention, you give that future self another reason to smile. Because transformation rarely announces itself. It grows quietly, morning after morning, choice after choice, until one day you look back and realize you have become the person you once hoped to be. Take one more slow breath. Let it fill you with calm. Let it remind you that today is not about proving your worth. It is about living in a way that reflects the values you want to carry into tomorrow. And sometimes, that is where the most meaningful change begins. Now allow the pace of this morning to become a little slower. If you are sitting, let your hands rest comfortably. If you are lying down, allow your body to soften into the surface beneath you. There is nothing you need to force, nothing you need to achieve in this moment. This is simply a time to breathe, to become present, and to begin the day from a place of calm awareness. Take a long, gentle breath in through your nose. Hold it for a moment, and slowly breathe out. Again, inhale deeply and exhale completely. With each breath, imagine your mind becoming quieter, as if a lake that was once stirred by wind is gradually becoming still. Now picture the beginning of a new day. You are standing outside just before sunrise. The air is cool and fresh. The sky is painted with soft shades of blue and gold. Everything feels calm, not because life is suddenly perfect, but because, for this moment, you are fully here. As the first light appears on the horizon, imagine it touching your face, warm, gentle, steady. With that light comes a feeling of renewal, as if this morning is offering you a clean page. You do not need to carry every mistake from the past. You do not need to replay every disappointment. You are allowed to begin again. Take another slow breath, and quietly repeat in your mind, I welcome this new day with a calm and open mind. I release the need to control everything. I choose to meet today with clarity, patience, and purpose. Feel those words settle gently within you. Now imagine yourself walking along a peaceful path. The ground is steady beneath your feet. With each step, you feel a little more centered, a little more confident. a little more connected to the person you are becoming. Ahead of you is a version of yourself who has grown through experience. This future self is not perfect. They still face challenges, but they carry themselves with quiet strength. They know how to pause before reacting. They know how to keep moving forward without constantly doubting their worth. Notice how this future self stands. Notice the calm in their breathing. Notice the kindness in their eyes. Now imagine this future self placing a hand on your shoulder and saying, "You are growing more than you realize." Keep taking small, meaningful steps. Trust the process of learning and becoming. Take a moment to receive those words. Breathe in slowly and breathe out. Now bring your attention to your heart. Imagine a warm light there, glowing softly. With every breath, the light becomes a little brighter. This light represents your inner resilience, the part of you that has carried you through difficult days, the part that continues to hope, learn, and begin again. Silently repeat, "I am stronger than my temporary fears. I am capable of learning from every experience. I allow myself to grow at a steady and healthy pace. I do not need to have all the answers today." Let each sentence flow through you like a calm wave. Now imagine the day ahead. See yourself moving through it with intention. You handle conversations with patience. You make decisions with greater clarity. When challenges appear, you take a breath before responding. You remember that one difficult moment does not define the entire day. Picture yourself noticing small moments of goodness, the warmth of sunlight through a window, a kind word from another person, a useful idea arriving unexpectedly. A moment of gratitude that makes you pause and smile. These moments may seem small, but they have the power to change the emotional direction of a day when we are present enough to notice them. Take another slow breath and repeat, "I choose to notice the good that exists around me. I choose to focus on what I can do today. I choose to treat myself with the same kindness I would offer someone I love." Now allow a feeling of gratitude to gently rise within you, not forced gratitude, just a quiet acknowledgement of what is already here. Your breath's moment of stillness, the ability to begin again, the possibility of learning something new today. Place one hand over your heart if that feels comfortable and softly say, "Thank you for this new morning. Thank you for the chance to grow. Thank you for the strength that continues to carry me forward." Take a final deep breath in, hold it gently for a moment, and slowly exhale. As you return your awareness to the room around you, carry this feeling with you, not as a temporary mood, but as a reminder that you can return to this calm state whenever you need it. This morning is not asking you to be perfect. It is inviting you to be present, to be intentional, to take the next step with a little more peace, a little more trust in your ability to handle what comes, and a little more appreciation for the journey you are living, one morning at a time. As this morning gently unfolds, take one more slow breath. Notice how different this moment feels from the one where we began. The room may be the same, the sounds around you may be the same, your responsibilities may still be waiting, and yet something has shifted. Not because the world transformed overnight, but because you gave yourself a few moments to become fully present. So often, we believe that life changes only through extraordinary events, a promotion, a breakthrough, a perfect opportunity. But when you look back on your own life, you'll often find that the biggest turning points began much more quietly. A conversation you almost didn't have, a decision to keep going when quitting felt easier, a single morning when you chose hope over hopelessness. Those moments rarely seem dramatic at the time, yet they become the foundation of everything that follows. As you move through today, remember this. You do not have to know every answer before taking the next step. You do not have to eliminate every doubt before beginning. You do not have to become a different person overnight. Growth is not measured by perfection. It is measured by your willingness to return, again and again, to the values you want to live by. Each morning gives you another opportunity to practice, to notice, to learn, to act with intention. Some days that practice will feel effortless. Other days it will require patience. Both kinds of days are part of the journey. If today's path feels easy, receive it with gratitude. If today's path feels difficult, meet it with compassion. Neither success nor struggle lasts forever. What endures is the character you build while walking through both. Before we finish, take a final moment to picture the person you hope to become. See them smiling, not because every dream has already come true, but because they know they can meet life with courage, curiosity, and kindness. Now realize something important. That future version of you is shaped by countless ordinary choices. The way you speak to yourself, the way you treat others, the habits you repeat, the moments when you choose to pause instead of react, the willingness to begin again after setbacks. Those choices may seem small, but over weeks, months, and years, they become the story of your life. So when this video ends, don't rush. Carry this calm into the next hour. Take one thoughtful action. Assess the message you've been putting off. Begin the project you've been delaying. Step outside and notice the morning air. Offer kindness where you can. Extend that same kindness to yourself. And tonight, before you sleep, take a moment to reflect. Not on whether the day was perfect, but on whether you lived it a little more intentionally than yesterday. If the answer is yes, then today mattered. Thank you for sharing these quiet moments with me. If this reflection brought you a sense of peace, let it become part of your morning routine whenever you need a calm place to begin again. Until next time, take a deep breath, lift your head, walk forward with patience, and remember, every sunrise is an invitation, not to become someone else, but to grow into the very best version of who you already have the potential to be. Have a peaceful morning.